Hello there and welcome to another Genshin video, this time on the newest developer discussion. Now, what's it all about? Well, we have some fast equip artifacts, Serenity Pulse optimizations, which I'm not sure how many people care about that, at least personally I don't, and system and function updates, which that sounds fun. But the biggest one is really that fast equip artifacts bit. So what do they say? Following on from the artifact management optimizations from 4.3, which were amazing, I loved it. All of the quality of life changes that 4.3 brought were beautiful. In 4.4, they will add something new. You can either choose to use quick loadout or custom loadout when equipping characters with artifacts. Now, some of you might be really happy because we're finally getting custom artifact loadouts. Unfortunately for all of you, no. And especially for me, no. What this really is you can either use a quick loadout, which literally just is the same as in Honkai Star Rail. It's going to put a bunch of artifacts on your character that are the pretty much what the game considers from the data collected from other players, what it considers the best set with the best main stats and best substats. For example, it would equip you with a crit rate hat with crit damage, attack percentage, HP percent, depending on subtest, depending on what is your best one. Now there's also the custom loadout. This sounds like artifact loadouts, right? Unfortunately, no. What this is, well, pretty much what you see here, which unfortunately doesn't have any form or any way to save these as specific loadouts. So what the custom loadout is it's pretty much the same thing as the quick equip, but instead it allows you to give a specific stat that you want. For example, the character can get, I don't know, the main stat on the sense that you want for the character, that mainly people build for the character, it's attack percent. But what if through everything you need some energy recharge? You have more than enough attack, right? You don't want more attack, so you want to put on some energy recharge. Well, you can do this custom loadout. It puts everything else in here, and you can choose to swap this artifact into a new one, which is what is seen here. You have all the artifacts chosen, and then you can click on one of them. You can click on one of them to change it. That's cool. But there's no save button. At least from what it looks, there's no way to save these, and nowhere is it said, because this is where it pretty much ends. There's nowhere where it say you would be able to choose a couple different loadouts to save, which I feel like is the biggest missed opportunity ever. Again, this, as it said under many of these photos, is that it's still under development and not indicative of the final product. And I really hope Hoyoverse, because of all the people talking about it specifically now, will actually go ahead and give us the ability to save these loadouts. We don't need 100 loadout slots. 2, 3 maximum, I feel like, is the best point where you can stop. Allow us to have 2 or 3 different loadouts that we can save for each character. Or, if you really want to do it and you don't want to put it on every character, have 10 slots that can work for any character. Like, you have custom loadouts and you can choose from those. Right? So instead of having having 2 loadouts per character, you have 10 shared slots in which you can save 10 total artifact loadouts. That would still be good, because while there are a bunch of characters that you could have multiple builds for, like for example Cookie or Raiden, there's not that many alternative builds that would necessarily be better than the best. Like, yeah, you can still choose to go Shimenawa's or Crimson Witch Hu Tao, but generally it's not that big of a difference to the point where one is necessarily better than the other. But there are situations like with Raiden where you might want to go hyper a hyper carry Raiden, so you want to go for an emblem set with like all offensive stats, or you might want to go for an elemental mastery driver Raiden in a Hyper Bloom team where you would want a lot of elemental mastery. So that's what I'm saying. And honestly, with this, all you need to do is to add the two loadout slots and the ability to save this custom loadout as loadout 1 or loadout 2. Honestly, I feel like this might be a step in that direction. It's possible that they're not going to add it directly because, honestly speaking, a lot of patches might still be a lot of work for them for Hoyoverse, because just next patch 4.4, for example, will bring an entire new area alongside two new characters. So who knows how much those take when it comes to workload. That's another thing we have to think about. But anyway, even if we don't get proper like loadouts, like 2 loadouts per character or whatever to save them, we might be getting that in the future. Because this is literally, as I've said, all you need is to have the 2 loadout slots and the ability to save this. But yeah, honestly, this is what I mainly wanted to cover. The Serenity Pot optimizations, like, it's cool and all to have even better quality of life when it comes to furnishing organization. Like, it's really cool, especially with the amount of furnishings that are in the game and that you can make and you get and everything. When placing furnishing using the same editing mode, your current position in lists. Oh yeah, this is actually really cool as just generally as a thing. And companion lists showing friendship levels, again, really nice new feature. And lingering moments optimization. I didn't even know this was a thing, if I'm being honest. But yeah, these optimizations are really nice for those of you that actually go ahead and do create a Serenity Pot. Like, mine I think has a single plot for a garden, a building that I got very early on, and I think like the thing that plays music, and that's about it. I'm not really someone who uses the Serenity Pot, unfortunately, but I do want to try to maybe get into it at some point. So these are cool changes for that point in time. And finally, we have a couple system, well, I don't know if it's a couple, but a bunch of system and function updates. This is cool, like reminders for collecting adventure encounter rewards, because sometimes it happens that I get some of these points, but I do end up going and doing all 4 of the commissions, so the points are like no longer get to do anything. Like, that's kind of like why I believe this is a thing, and we'll be having even more reminders. Because I think this might happen more often than not. And I still don't understand why some people don't like this feature. Yes, it doesn't really work for veteran players, right? For someone like me. It only really works when there's a new event. Because when there's an event, you do whatever you have to do in the event, and at least 2 of those points are automatically filled up. Because of how many points it gives you. It also works for veteran players, but only for those that don't have as much exploration done. Which, to be honest, since I have pretty much almost 100%ed everything from Inazuma onwards, there's barely anything to find. But yeah, this is still really cool. Like, the system in general, I really like it. And this is gonna be really good on one more type of account, which are players, veterans that start a new account. Do you really want to do your dailies on a new account when you could just open 10 chests, 15 chests? I don't know how long it takes to fill those up. And you can open chests instead. Like, seriously, let's be honest here. Unless you want to do achievements, but that's besides the point. Oh, this one's a big one. This is a big one because I currently have a single party slot that's technically open. Out of 10, only 1 is technically open because the other 9 actually have a team in them. A team that I will want to use at least at some point. And they increase it to 15 teams total, which is amazing. Especially with Arlecchino possibly coming sooner or later. I really want to do a team that focuses on her. If she's a main DPS, of course. That I honestly don't know. Oh yeah, right. Another big one. Optimizes test run challenges. You no longer need to get out of a trial stage in order to move to another. When trying out new characters, you'll now be able to choose to challenge the next character trial stage, which is awesome. So now you can, after you finish a trial stage, you can choose to retry it, exit it, or go to the next one. Now I wonder if once you do all of them, if it puts you back at the first. For example, you have the 2 5-stars and the 3 4-stars. Once you finish the final 4-star trial and you hit the button to go to the next one, well, would there even be a button? Anyway, if you hit the button, does it put you back at the first 5-star stage? Good question. I wonder how that actually works. Borderless mode option, this is nice. I usually play in full screen, but this is still nice anyway. And I think this is the last one. Optimizes model precision. Hope to keep improving the precision of our models, which is really nice. Makes the game look better. The basis of ensuring performance across different platforms. A new dynamic character resolution function will be available on both PCs and consoles. This uses dynamic recognition of object models to increase the precision of models' marked area surface in real time. Oh, this is actually really cool. Again, it's gonna make the game look better, and most likely even run better, depending on your computer. And this brings the latest session of the developers discussion to an end. If you have any feedback or questions you'd like to share with us, please don't hesitate to let us know. Well, however, people let you know that they're disappointed in the way that the current artifact loadouts are, which honestly is not even, you can't even really call it artifact loadouts, because they themselves call it fast equip artifacts, which is in reality what this is. It's just a faster way for you to equip artifacts. Again, it's the basis for what artifact loadouts need to be, because this is literally the start of a custom artifact loadout that you could save, right? You can choose the main affixes, you can set the type, you can choose two priority minor affixes. Like it's all there. Like I want to build, I don't know, as I said, my hyper carry Raiden. I put the main stats in, I put what's set type, that's emblem, and a minor affix is crit rate and crit damage. Or whatever, right? And then it makes it for you, you change a couple artifacts around because you don't like which ones it chose, and then you just save it as Raiden hyper carry or in loadout 1. You don't even need to have them named there. The Serenity Pod spot changes are nice for Serenity Pod builders, and the system and function updates, honestly, really good ones. More party members, easier to go through to the stages and stuff, and just making the game look better. Yeah. Still really sad that we're not getting, or at least we're possibly not getting proper proper loadouts. But anyway. If you did enjoy watching this video, why not leave a like, comment, or subscribe? And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.